Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hidden Pearls. Today we're off to Switzerland. Now I know what you're thinking, chocolate cheese, those cool cuckoo clocks, all the typical stuff, right? But listen, here on Hidden Pearls we're all about finding those secret spots, the ones nobody really talks about. We're going deep into the hidden corners of Switzerland, the kind of places that'll make you feel like you've walked straight into a fairy tale. First stop, Lauterbrunnen Valley. Picture this. Massive cliffs, waterfalls pouring down like something from a shampoo ad, and fields so green they practically glow in the dark. It's like stepping into a painting where every brushstroke is a masterpiece of nature. I thought a hobbit was going to jump out and offer me breakfast. The whole place feels like a scene straight out of Tolkien's imagination. Lauterbrunnen is so pretty. People often think it's a movie set. It's no wonder filmmakers flock here to capture its ethereal beauty. You'll see people walking around looking totally amazed, like they just stepped into a Disney movie. Their faces light up with wonder and awe, and honestly, who can blame them? This place is pure magic. Every corner you turn reveals another breathtaking view. We'll wander through the village, check out cute little shops, each one brimming with unique treasures and local crafts, and maybe even try some of that famous Swiss chocolate. The rich, creamy taste is something you won't forget, because let's be real, you can't go to Switzerland and not have some chocolate, right? It's practically a rite of passage. Oh, and speaking of awesome things, did I mention the waterfalls? They're everywhere you look. Lauterbrunnen has 72 of them, each one more stunning than the last, creating a symphony of cascading water. My absolute favorite is Staubeck Falls. It's like nature's own grand performance. This one drops almost 300 meters down a giant cliff, creating a misty veil that dances in the sunlight. And the spray from the waterfall makes it feel like you're walking through a cloud. It's a refreshing and surreal experience. It's the kind of place that makes you want to sing at the top of your lungs, or at least take a million pictures. Every moment here is Instagram-worthy. But Lauterbrunnen isn't just about pretty views. It's a haven for both nature lovers and thrill seekers. It's also perfect for adventure. You can go hiking, biking up mountains, exploring trails that lead to hidden gems, even paragliding if you're feeling brave. Soar above the valley and take in the panoramic views from the sky. Or, if you're like me and prefer your adventures a little more relaxed, there's no shortage of serene spots to unwind. You can always hop on a cable car and let it do all the work. Sit back, relax, and let the stunning landscape unfold before your eyes. Next, get ready for Appenzell, a place so charming it should be illegal. This quaint village is like stepping into a fairy tale, with its picturesque streets and traditional Swiss architecture that make you feel like you've traveled back in time. Tucked away in the northeast part of Switzerland, Appenzell is a living museum of Swiss culture, where every corner tells a story of tradition and heritage. Think rolling hills dotted with farmhouses that look like they belong in a children's book, each one more charming than the last. The landscape is a painter's dream, with lush green fields and serene pastures. Cows with bells bigger than my purse, grazing peacefully in the meadows, add to the idyllic scene. These bells are not just for show, they are a part of the region's rich agricultural tradition, and more cheese than you could ever dream of. The variety and quality of cheese here are simply astounding, making it a paradise for cheese lovers. And speaking of cheese, let's talk about Appenzeller cheese, shall we? This cheese is not just food, it's a cultural icon, a symbol of the region's dedication to quality and tradition. This stuff is legendary. It's so good they even have a whole festival just for it. Imagine an entire event dedicated to celebrating cheese, with people coming from all over to taste and enjoy. Can you imagine a whole festival celebrating cheese? It's a joyous occasion where the community comes together to honor their most famous product. It's enough to make anyone who can't eat dairy jealous. The variety of flavors and textures is a testament to the skill and passion of the local cheesemakers. But what makes Appenzeller cheese so special? It's not just the quality of the milk or the skill of the cheesemakers. Well, my friends, it's all in how they treat it. The secret lies in the unique washing process that gives the cheese its distinctive flavor. Instead of using regular old salt water, the people of Appenzell wash their cheese in a secret mix of herbs. This special mixture infuses the cheese with a unique taste that sets it apart from any other. What's in this magical potion? Nobody knows for sure. The recipe is a closely guarded secret, passed down through generations. It's a secret passed down through generations of cheese-making families. Each family adds its own twist, making every batch of Appenzeller cheese unique. Some people say it has herbs and spices you can only find in the Appenzell Alps. These rare ingredients contribute to the cheese's extraordinary flavor. All I know is it works. The result is a cheese that's both tangy and super fragrant. A true delight for the senses. Appenzeller cheese has a unique flavor that's both tangy and super fragrant, and it's absolutely delicious. It's a must-try for anyone visiting the region. But Appenzell isn't just about cheese. The village itself is a treasure trove of beauty and culture. It's also home to some of the most stunning hiking trails in all of Switzerland. Whether you're an avid hiker or just looking for a leisurely stroll, the trails offer breathtaking views and a chance to connect with nature. Gruyères, fondue, fairy tales and medieval mayhem. Our next stop is Gruyères, a town so ridiculously cute it feels like it came straight out of a fairy tale. Seriously, with its cobblestone streets, a medieval castle sitting on top of a hill and more fondue restaurants than you could count, Gruyères is basically a Hallmark movie waiting to happen. But don't let the charming looks fool you, darling. Gruyères has a bit of a wild side too. I'm not talking about crazy nights of fondue-fueled dancing in the streets. Although now that I think about it, no, I'm talking about the town's history, which is as interesting as can be. Gruyères has seen it all. Wars, fires, plagues, you name it. This town has been through it. But through it all, it's managed to keep its sense of humor, its charm, and most importantly, its cheese. Speaking of cheese, let's talk about Gruyère cheese, shall we? This cheese is like the Beyoncé of the cheese world, creamy, smooth, and oh so delicious. And the best way to enjoy Gruyère cheese? Fondue, of course. Lavaux Vineyards, where grapes take the scenic route. Hold on to your hats, everyone, because we're off to Lavaux Vineyards, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that's as beautiful as it is delicious. Picture this, rolling hills covered in vineyards, the sparkling water of Lake Geneva in the distance, and the snowy peaks of the Alps in the background. It's the kind of view that makes you want to become a painter. But what makes Lavaux truly special is how the vineyards are built on the steep hills like a bunch of really enthusiastic rock climbers. Seriously, these vineyards are so steep. They make climbing stairs look like a walk in the park. They're so steep that they use monorails to move the grapes around. Yep, you heard that right. Monorails. It's like something from the future, only instead of people, you have baskets of grapes going up and down the hills. But it's not just about being practical here in Lavaux. We're talking about award-winning wines, the kind that make wine experts go crazy. So grab a glass, find a sunny spot overlooking the lake, and let's raise a toast to the amazing winemakers of Lavaux. Allech Glacier chilling with a side of ice. Our last adventure takes us to Allech Glacier, the biggest glacier in the Alps. This colossal ice mass is not just a sight to behold, but a testament to the raw power and beauty of nature. Now, I know what you're thinking. A glacier in Switzerland? In the middle of summer? Yes, you heard that right. Even in the warmest months, this glacier remains a frozen wonderland. But trust me on this one, Allech Glacier is unlike anything you've ever seen. Its sheer size and the pristine quality of the ice make it a unique destination. Imagine a river of ice stretching for 23 kilometers, its surface so white it practically glows in the sun. The glacier's expanse is so vast that it feels like stepping into another world. It's a view that will amaze you, even if you're bundled up in a ton of clothes. The contrast of the icy landscape against the summer sky is simply breathtaking. Now, I'm not going to lie, it takes a bit of effort to get to the glacier. The journey itself is an adventure with winding paths and scenic routes that offer stunning views at every turn. But believe me, it's worth it. You can hike, bike, or even take a cable car to the top. Each mode of transport offers its own unique perspective of the glacier and the surrounding landscape. Just make sure you wear comfy shoes and pack a lunch. The fresh mountain air and the exertion will definitely work up an appetite, because once you're up there, surrounded by all that beauty, you won't want to leave. The panoramic views are so captivating that time seems to stand still. And speaking of not wanting to leave, let me tell you about this one time when I went on a tour of the glacier. The guided tours are incredibly informative and offer insights into the glacier's history and formation. Let's just say I may have tripped on some ice and landed, well, let's just say it wasn't graceful. Navigating the icy terrain can be tricky, so always watch your step. Thankfully, our tour guide, a really strong guy, was there to help me up. His expertise and assistance made the experience not just safe, but also enjoyable. And there you have it, my friends. 5 hidden gems in Switzerland. Please remember to like and subscribe. Happy travels that are guaranteed to capture your heart and maybe even get you a ton of likes on Instagram. Thanks for joining me on this crazy adventure, and remember, life's too short for boring vacations. Don't forget to subscribe to Hidden Pearls for more travel tips, funny stories, and destinations that are anything but ordinary. Until next time, happy travels, and may your adventures be filled with laughter, joy, and maybe even a little bit of cheese.